right, when they talk about the Dismal Swamp and the problems in the Dismal Swamp, this is a tree that's fallen down. Hopefully, we will not hit any of it. When we were trying to decide whether or not to do the Dismal Swamp, we found a lot of conflicting information. So our goal with this video is to give you all the details so you can decide if it's a good choice for you. Our boat is 46 feet long. It's a ketch with a 5.5 foot draft and a 56 foot main mast. We are transversing the swamp at the end of June 2024. Good morning. We are on the boat and well, we're not in the Dismal Swamp yet, but it's starting to look like that. There's a lot in the water and it's pretty shallow along the edges. So this is our adventure for the next couple of days. And there's also a lot of weather coming in this weekend, so we might just hang out in the middle of the swamp and hide from that weather. But
fish for alligators.
It's pretty warm out here. It's supposed to get up to almost 90, and there's not a lot of breeze. You can see the flags flapping a little bit, but that's mostly because we're moving at 4.5 knots to make the lock that's just ahead of us. About 15-20 minutes from getting to the first lock before you go into the Dismal Swamp. It kind of looks like we're in the Dismal Swamp already, and we've had to be dodging a few logs that have fallen into the water. Some trees hanging out over to not catch our rigging. It's an interesting, I wouldn't call it relaxing. I think if you had a much smaller boat, it would be more relaxing. We're so big, we have to be extra vigilant to make sure we don't hit anything up above or down below. One of the challenges on the Dismal Swamp is that there are locks and bridges at each end that you have to time. They only open 4 times a day, and if you miss it, you miss it, and you've got to hang out. Now, some of the places have spots to hang out, but reading the description on this one, I'm not sure that there is a spot. Some people talk like there's no place to tie up on the south end. We'll see when we get there, but we're gonna get there with about 5 minutes to spare, so hopefully we can just drive right in and there won't be any problems. There's one boat ahead of us. They passed us a while back because they were going about a 1/2 knot faster than us. So we're in Turner's Cut, which is a huge straightaway, so we can see them at this point. But before that and after this, it's like twisty turny. So no autopilot, just hand steering through this. I'm gonna have to skip a log here in a minute. So and logs in the water. Gotta go around those. That one's not too far out in the middle. Approaching South Mills Lock on the southern end of the Dismal Swamp, we saw the shallowest water. It was only 6 feet deep, but it appears to be soft mud on the bottom. There are no docks to tie up to here, but there are some large piers that you might raft up to.
Is she waiting for me? Can you tell?
She's waiting for you.
Okay.
The lockmaster was kind and patient. She will take a forward and a stern line to help you stay straight in the lock.
All right, go ahead, push us off a little bit. Coming to the back. I just don't want to turn the back end into the lock. That makes sense? We've been locked through. Are we officially now in the Dismal Swamp,
We
dear?
are now in the Dismal Swamp.
It's official.
How much?
We're dismally swamping
How
it.
much depth do we have?
I have 3.5 feet under the keel, so 9 feet right here, which is way better than they normally say.
Yeah, but she told us, right?
Yeah. She said, keep it in the middle, and I'm going, okay, sure thing. I can pull that off.
A lot of pollen, a lot of stuff in the water.
This is the Dismal Swamp in the middle of June. A lot of green stuff growing.
All right, we made it through the lock. You can see the trees are just like right here. It's very narrow, pretty shallow. The lock tender told us to make sure we stayed in the middle. We've got almost 3 feet under our keel right now, so that's good. There's a lot of bugs, so Todd's putting the screens on. Crazy how narrow this looks, right? Like the trees on both sides. Got a bridge coming up. Really pretty. Wonder what that is. It smells good. I don't know if that's what smells good, but something along here smells yummy. It never happens when the camera's on. We just hit something. It just went bonk. Like something on
Boat lurched over 50 degrees.
It was no big deal, like other than we hit something. But that is what's nice. I would never do this in a fin keel boat. And we also have a Skeghunt rudder. So if we hit something, it's just going to be on our big, giant, sturdy, encapsulated keel. No big deal. The Dismal Swamp is roughly 20 miles between locks. We felt soft bumps about a half a dozen times, but we didn't hit anything solid. We suspect that they were floating debris that bounced off our hull.
All right, we're at the Dismal Swamp. Tam, you all might think that we are just being lazy right now, but I'm telling you, we're actually working. We're on a weight loss program, and we're losing our weight through sweat right now. Right, dear?
It's so hot, we can't do anything.
It's like I put the shade cloths on the boat there and up there. We have these little, I don't know, they're flying around, these little yellow biting flies that keep wanting to land on us and bite us.
All right, here's our dock for the night. We are at the Dismal Swamp rest area. It's a nice dock, and here's our setup for staying cool when the sun was high. These sunshades have been a lifesaver. They drop the temperature in the boat a full 10 degrees. So, yep, there's a puppy. Say hi, Denali. Say hi.
This is morning at the Dismal Swamp rest area. So over there is the visitor center. 93 degrees in here. See how shiny I am? I may die, I don't know. It's pretty dang hot.
What do you think, Denali? What do you think, puppy? Yeah? It's pretty calm out here because Denali has ventured out on the deck. She never comes out here when we're moving. Oh, little bit of a breeze feels heavenly. Coming back? Are you coming back?
Those windows are too high for those mosquito nets.
I know. Right now we've got enough of a breeze. I don't think it's a problem.
Except we're making the breeze, so anything that's flying around the middle will suck into the boat.
See Todd's poor
There is that.
feet. They're Todd's poor feet. Oh, his feet are just a mess. The mosquitoes, it wasn't mosquitoes. Have big green eyes and little bodies that look like a striped like a bee and pointy rear ends, and they bite. They don't sting, they bite. And Todd and I have just been miserable. You can't keep the bug spray on because it's so warm you're sweating it off. And once it's gone, they're right back chewing at you. And then that keeps you up all night long.
See that? That's what we're hoping to miss. But it's not very wide here, so. Okay, you can come over a little further. You're okay, looking good. I know, I said you're looking good. And we did it. We probably had 6 feet to spare. Good job. Welcome to Virginia. Goodbye. North Carolina needs to fix their sign.
This is marked on Navionics as the feeder ditch dock, and reviews suggest it's a good place to tie up if the visitor center dock is full. I think it's pretty tiny.
We could dock there. You get to this side a little? She likes to drive down the left side. I tend to drive down more the right side. I don't think either one of us actually goes to the middle. Government vessels only. Swamp Commander, it says. Pretty wild, like a railroad style bridge. It must just run across. And docks over there, so they can drive tractors across it. Doesn't look like they do as often as they used to. Looks in pretty bad shape.
Alright, this is the docks here. This nice shady wooded area with nice bathrooms. Enjoying the shade?
Yeah, the breeze just left.
Oh.
It was here.
Just a second ago.
Yeah.
So I think this road is closed. It's just for bicycles.
And one truck.
Well, but I think they came up that other entrance. Rules of the trail: bicycles, hiking, and horses. Well, we are out trying to get some exercise.
That's right.
That's one thing about being on the boat a lot, where you're just moving every day, especially if you're anchored out. It's not convenient to get off the boat and go or do anything. So when we can, we try and take a walk.
I don't know if I can. Yeah, you can catch them. They're little blips on the camera.
That's so crazy. Oh, Abigail would have loved them. I had never seen fireflies before, and it was pretty magical watching them flicker on and off. I'm sure that our girls would have really enjoyed it.
Comes the rain. See the wind on the river, it's kind of cool.
As we traveled through the Dismal Swamp, we were really glad we came this way. Last winter, they cleared out the canal and we didn't have any major issues with floating debris, nor did we have any groundings or hard bumps. The shallowest water that we saw was 5 foot 8 inches and only for a few seconds. Generally, we had at least 6.5 feet of water, usually more. We didn't have any trouble with low-hanging trees that we couldn't avoid. We would highly recommend this route.
This probably happened in that rain yesterday. Don't think that's a place we could tie off.
So which way am I going to wrap it to keep from moving?
You have to wrap it around the front to keep it from moving forward.
Slow down.
Okay, do I have a fender over here? Nicely done. Okay. Come grab this one. We're probably going to have to go forward. I don't know. Okay.
There's currently construction at the Deep Creek Bridge, but it's easy to tie up to the concrete wall on the east side of the canal while you wait for the lockmaster to drive up to open the bridge. He will let any southbound boats through first, and then the boats headed north.
Hey, Deep Creek Lock, Spoondrifter.
This is Spoondrifter.
Hey, guys. All right, I'm at the bridge house now. I just got to get a hold of the crane once they set that thing down over there and make sure it's cool to go up and do so for you. Just give me just a second.
Sounds good, thank you.
All righty, Spoondrifter. As soon as I get the right traffic light sign can go up for you guys can head up to the locks there. The locks are a quarter of a mile from the bridge here. Just hang out about that red light. And when I get the bridge down and head through the traffic, I'll be there to get you through on that port-hand side.
Hold it. Hold it.
Been on the airplane car from Hey,
Look like he's fully up yet.
There is that big log right there.
Yep. We don't have a choice. We're going to have to run over it. Looks like he's up all the way.
Yeah. Alright, don't go too fast. That's the lock right there.
Just watch for him to wave at us over there. How many fenders are you putting out?
4.
Okay.
Okay, Captain. I'm back at the locks now. Once I get these gates fully open, you can come on in. I'm going to leave the red light just disregarded. I'll take your first line, the bird yellow bollard up here by this orange light ring.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
There are nice docks to tie up between the bridge and the lock, but nothing on the outside of the lock.
Beautiful day. Yeah, I got in here Saturday and y'all's name was on the list, and then Sunday your name was still on the list, and I was like, man, they must like it down there. That's fine, good.
We
Well,
wanted to
it's some
avoid
weather
those
up in
storms.
Norfolk. We figured it was nice here, so
Oh yeah, it wasn't too bad the last couple of days, honestly.
headed for Norfolk, getting into the busy waters again. It's always sketchy. I've triple checked. Short enough.
I'm not actually in the channel.
Yeah. Interesting, it's marked 74 feet up there. I'm looking through and thinking if somebody dropped something off that bridge right now, it would be bad. Gilmerton Bridge, wondering if you're all the way open.
90 feet of clearance.
Okay, that's great, thank you. After being in the laid-back and sleepy towns of the Albemarle Sound and the Dismal Swamp for the past month, the sights and sounds of the Norfolk industrial area was almost overwhelming. We had to pass under 7 bridges in 7 miles between the Deep Creek Lock and our anchorage in Hospital Point, but it is exciting to be finally entering the Chesapeake Bay.